Okay, yeah, we started the pre-stream. Everything should be perfectly good now. Let's see. Click this button, click this button.
Except for we're missing one.
I mean, yeah, but it's fine. I'm sure he'll show up. I just gotta send out the ping now. Slash seekers. Stream time. Year walk. There we go. I sent out the ping and I'm excited. Oh, what do you think's gonna happen? No one's. So anyone? Okay. Anyway, anyone who's watching, hello, hi, welcome to the pre-stream. How are you all doing?
Hello, everyone.
We still have the Halloween backdrop. I've never fixed that, and it's too late to make the Christmas one because Christmas is over and holiday season's over now. Hi, NinjaBot! I'm doing great, thank you. NinjaBot's asking how you doing.
I'm doing good.
Nice. Today we're doing something special. It's called Year Walk. It's this Swedish cryptid game. Apparently it's horror. Kubo's gonna be playing it, so there's not gonna be much horror from my end, but it's gonna be a fun time. This.
Yeah, I just wish Led was here.
I mean, I'm sure he'll show up. I never noticed this, but for the past long time, there's just been this tiny little floating blue heart in the absolute left of the screen.
Yeah.
It's just been there for months and months and months because in the overlay, apparently I didn't move that or turn it off.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, Swedish games. You know the Swedes? They're all about them. The Swedish people, the Finnish people. They're all about them horror, existential crisis.
And anything having to do with the dark and dark cold of winter.
I mean, listen. You can't be in Switzerland or Finland without existential crisis and horror and monsters and all just sneak up upon you.
Did you say Switzerland?
No.
Are you sure? Because I could have sworn you said it.
I'm pretty sure I said Sweden and Finland. But I mumbled a bit. I mumbled a lot. I failed English when I tried to say Finland. So I said Finnish and then I stopped and I said Finland. Maybe you misconstrued that as Switzerland.
Quite possibly.
I mean, yeah, possibly. Who knows? I swear, we've been streaming for like well over a year now, and I still have no idea how on earth I'm supposed to speak during streams and recordings.
Yeah.
It's like I have these moments of like, yeah, let's go, high pitch, and then I just retreat back into a more normal voice. It's like, I don't know, I have this natural urge whenever I'm speaking to shout. And when I shout, I get more emotion, more emotion comes out of it. Expressive. But the problem with shouting is, it's not for all settings. In fact, especially not for all settings because then the rest of the family, anyone in the house is going to be like, have to listen to me.
Yeah, you actually did say Switzerland.
NinjaBot, how could you do this to me? How could you betray me like this? You're fact-checking me? I can't believe it. Not even 200 subscribers and I'm already being fact-checked. Live! How could this be? How could this be? You know what? Fair enough. I'll own up to this problem. I'll own up to this mistake. NinjaBot, you too must be wrong. You must have heard that wrong. I guarantee I didn't say Switzerland. I don't care what the clip said. It must be made with AI or something. I don't know. I'm doubling down now itself, you know. I'm getting ready for the fall of starlight before the rise. If I do it early, maybe it won't happen again. I feel drunk.
You sound drunk.
I think this is what being drunk feels like. To be fair, I guess I feel
Alright,
pretty
I'm
normal
gonna-
as well. Yeah, it's time. Bomb will show up
I'm
at
gonna
some
start the game.
point, probably.
Yeah, hopefully. Let's go. Let's speedrun this.
Confused for a second because the weird Discord notification said, the participant has clipping enabled. I'm like, okay, is that relevant?
In the
Wait,
old
I
days,
didn't.
man tried to catch a
Here we
glimpse
go.
of the future in the strangest of ways. They locked themselves in dark rooms, not partaking of food and drink. At the stroke of midnight, they ventured out into the night through the dark woods, where strange creatures roamed, to see if they would be wealthy, to see if they would be happy, to see if they would live, to see if they would be loved. I did tell you it went straight into the game.
Yeah. I just realized I don't think you and I did any check to make sure that the stream would work. So I'm worried it's gonna be really laggy.
Shouldn't.
Okay, so what's up? This first-person side-scroller with... Oh, is this a first-person game? I know it's a side-scroller or something.
Yep.
Oh my god, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very bright right now. But that's mainly because it's middle in the...
Oh, don't worry. It does not look that bright for me. On our end, it's very not bright.
Uh-huh.
We don't have to face the sun. The existential dread! Apparently.
Can you do her voice?
Is it real time?
I need to click on her first. It's basically...
Give me 1 second. Let me just move the playing over to you. Because that's relevant right now. Okay, I'm ready!
Okay. The dialogue in this game is basically like a silent movie.
There you are! I've been waiting for you all day. Smile. You should not go outside like this without a hat. I mean, you should not go outside with a hat on a cold day like this. You'll freeze your ears off. I'm quite fond of the person these ears belong to. Oh, did anyone see you coming here? Oh, now you're being silly, you know. I'm not ashamed of you. It's not that, well, I like you very much. But you and I come from different worlds. He's waiting for my answer. I said I'd give it to him next year. And this is the last day of this year. No, now you're being unfair. This isn't any easier for me. I don't like it when you're like this. Calm down. 1 second, do you have to click every single time?
Yep.
You're walking? I hope you're joking. Can you just pause when it's on her? Do you know what happened to my cousin, don't you? Pause. Okay, right, I just need to take a screenshot of that. Keep going.
Okay.
Promise me you won't do anything foolish. We're not supposed to know what happens in the future. You should hurry home to your cottage and get some rest. It's getting dark soon. Hurry home to your cottage. You should probably go. You should really, you really should hurry home now.
Yeah,
It's getting
that
dark
was the
soon.
last one.
This is interesting. It's a first-person game that's all in 2D. This must have been
Yeah,
like quite painful to make. Should you find yourself lost, clues will be found in the hints menu.
yeah, we won't be needing those.
Understandable. You did mention that you were familiar with this game.
Yeah. And if we're lucky, I might be able to do it without looking at the map even.
Is that a challenge you're imposing on yourself to make the game last the full 2 hours?
Oh no, it's an actual achievement in the game. I've already gotten it, as well as beating the game in 20 minutes.
Oh. So you're saying that if you choose, you can basically be like, okay, we're gonna play this game. Click, 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 click. Okay, the game's over. It's like, what? But it's a
Yep.
2 hour stream.
I think I will begin with a K.
Oh, do you have to do every single letter? What is okay? Oh, you're making the word Yearwalker, the title screen appear. Does it matter which one you start with? Does this do
Nope.
anything? You realize how the game looks? Yeah, yeah, Ninja, but the game looks pretty cool.
Yalk.
Yolk! Y'all think we're gonna
Yarl.
go for horror? No, bruh. We're gonna do some yolk on the sidewalk, bruh. I don't know. Why does yolk sound like the drug version of chalk? It's like, it's, instead of like eating chalk or
There.
something, dude, we're gonna go eat some yolk, bro.
Yearwalk.
My buddy got some imported in from down under. Some fine old yolk.
All right. Let's see.
Let's eat this stone.
And here is for today's cast.
Oh,
Skogsrået, Bäckahästen, Mylingen, Nattravnen och Kyrkogrimmen.
oh, the brook horse. You mentioned the brook horse once before.
I mentioned the Huldra, the Brook Horse, the Milling.
The Huldra, the brook horse, and the milling. I think I can't remember.
I haven't talked about the Church Grim nor the Night Raven. But let's start with the first one. The Yearwalk Encyclopedia is a collaborative effort between Simogo and Theodore Almstem, who is the author of all the written content. Theodore Almsted curriculum vitae. Theodore Alstem was born in Stockholm, 1968, but spent most of his youth in Edinburgh, where his mother was born. He graduated from Lund University in 1992 and is a doctor of philosophy at the Faculty of Anthology. His
When
lectures on the
you want me to read it?
manifestation of, no, I can do it. The manifestation of evil in folklore has been full every term from 1998 and onwards. Theodore has written 3 books on Scandinavian folklore. The Crone's Tongue has been translated into 16 languages and received the prestigious Hornet Award in 1999.
What's the
He
Hornet
has
Award?
have no fucking clue.
Is it like so emotional it hurts you like a hornet stung you?
Nah, I think it has something with.
I
I have
don't
no
I
fucking
don't
clue actually.
understand how her hair works.
Who?
The lady we just met. I have a picture of
Eh,
her, but I just have no understand how her hair works.
it's tied back, I think. Uh,
It
right.
is
He has
so
had numerous appearances on Swedish television and an unaired children's short film called The Grimm. Was partial based on Theodore's research. Let's begin with a year walk, Åsgång. If you want, you can read this one.
oh god. Yearwalk. Yearwalking was at its core a vision quest with the purpose being to foresee the future. There were rigid rules concerning the year walk, and not adhering to them could prove very dangerous and even fatal. How the practice of year walking came to be is shrouded in mystery. But it seems to have been a widespread practice in Sweden until the beginning of the 19th century in some rural areas as late as the beginning of the 20th century. The practice was likely over 1,000 years old and most certainly pagan. Year walking vary greatly regionally and even locally. There may have been differences between one village and the next. All the variations had a couple of elements in common, though. A year walk could not be done on any common day. There were certain days in a year when a gate opened, generally in liaison with important festivals such as May Day, Summer's Eve or Christmas Eve, and most commonly, New Year's Eve. A year walker could not partake of any of the four drinks served on these days, a sacrifice of no little significance since these feasts were some of the rare occasions when food would be plentiful and varied. A year walker had to avoid other people, so they commonly locked themselves in dark rooms and were not allowed to see a fire for the entire day. Perhaps not a vast sacrifice on Midsummer's Eve, but on the cold winter days it would be uncomfortable at least, if not hazardous. If the year walker followed these steps, he would leave his dark room at the stroke of midnight. This would be his last chance to cancel the year walk. Once he ventured out, there'd be no turning back. The church was the final destination for a year walker. On this day, he would typically encounter a number of supernatural creatures which would pose a threat physically, mentally, and spiritually. If a year walker made it to the cemetery, he would walk around the church in an intricate pattern. This would open the year walker's eyes to the future, but it would lure out the church grim. After having completed the year walk, the walker would see visions that could manifest in different manners. When the year walker left the cemetery, he might, for instance, see a somber procession of dancers dressed in their finest church clothes. These would be people that would die the next following year. The reoccurring theme is of course the year walker who meets his own ghost on the road. Another story tells of how the walker would see newly dug graves. Love played a great part too, and so a year walker would typically meet the wedding processions or even attend weddings yet to come. One testimony from the late 19th century tells of a mental patient named Martin Nilsson who described his visions as otherworldly experiences. Before I saw what happened the next year, I lived amongst the stars. I lived there for many lifetimes, it seemed. What do I care for the next year? Time has already ended. Today, the practice seems to be all completely forgotten. The game's stylized,
We
but
will.
looking at that girl character a bit longer because of the screenshot, the proportions are really whack.
Can you hear it?
I can't hear it, no. I know I just set the volume too low.
Oh, right. I need to make some notes.
I've increased the volume.
Raven.
It's quite the volume is quite high now. I am worried that if some sound happens, I might go deaf.
Yeah. I'm making
As
notes
per
in
you,
YouTube
chat,
streaming. So.
you too might also face such a similar issue, but that's a risk you're willing to take.
You hear that?
Yes, I hear footsteps.
There was a voice.
We're not the only walkers. A voice? I didn't hear any voice. Nope.
Oh right. No. Oh, God damn it! Where the fuck is the church?
Isn't the church the last place you need to go to?
No. You need to go there to start everything. I do not want to. You know what? I put it at walking slow to be more cinematic, but fuck it. Let's hustle.
Okay, if you say so. If I remember correctly, I think you said something about it's not an action game. You don't need to like run away from things.
Nope.
It's mostly just an atmospheric thing.
Huldra C. There it is.
Oh, we reached it, the cemetery. I told you going to the church.
That is the church. And here is the first entity.
The game's really loud.
The Huldra, also known
Ninjabot
as
says
the
that cool was
forest
either a
wife.
very that sound was either a very cool sound effect, or they put much like the noise when you're in a Minecraft cave or something is wailing and I'm shitting my pants. Yeah, I
Do
mean
you hear
the sounds are pretty cool.
Do you hear it?
No.
The singing.
Oh, is that what that is? I thought that was just the wind.
It will be more noticeable as we get closer.
Singing means the Huldra. Oh, I hear that. That's definitely singing.
Yeah. How the fuck
By the
did
way, Ninjabot, or if you want to turn on the volume, let me know.
Okay.
A lot of this game seems to be nothing but the Vegas, the footsteps, and then all of a sudden there'll be loud noises.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just making notes of everything I need to know to avoid backtracking.
You hear the singing? It's creepy as... Yep. That is... You say creepy. I like the singing. It's pretty good. I guess, when you think about where's that singing coming from, then that's like... It adds extra questions like, oh, that's good singing. Where's it coming from? It's like, oh, must be bad stuff. Here we met it. It's the Huldra. Huldra?
Yep. Also known as the forest wife. Has a tendency to kidnap people.
Oh, and now she's gonna look at you. Should you be looking at her like this? Oh, she's gone. No, but she's back. I'm gonna have a hard time drawing her, aren't I?
Wait, where are you going? While we're here, might as well activate this one.
Okay, right, I got a screenshot of that. Haha! Try to run away from me, Forest Wife. Don't get me wrong, even the most beautiful melodies can be creepy if you don't know where the fuck it's coming from. Yeah, Balmer, you are right. But, yeah, I mean, sorry, Ninjabot, you are right. But consider this. We can see now where it's coming from. Why is she... She just left. Oh, she's still here. What's going on?
Alright, time to get the key. We need to get into that.
Was that the puzzle?
No, we know where we need to go, but we still lack a piece needed. Here it is. Are you prepared for creepy?
No, I'm not prepared for creepy. What is this? Is it the wooden doll?
Here we go. Left. Right.
This is pretty.
Left. Right.
This kind of it's like a music box, isn't it?
Right. Left, right, left, right, right.
Wow.
Right.
Why is this kind of like this? This kind of creepy doll is like got a music box in it. It's oddly poetic.
Left,
The music stopped.
left,
That scared me.
right. 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 Left.
The holder doesn't have a mouth, by the way. Is the holder like a doll?
Left. Left.
What is up with the holder, by the way?
It's right. We should probably read that, but let's wait until we get to the tree to do that. Encyclopedia, Skogsrået, the Huldra. Let's just appreciate the art for a hot second.
Yeah, the holder has got like a drawing. It's got like these sticks coming out of it. It's got a little crown of bramble, I suppose.
Branch, actually.
Just
Do
branch.
you want, should I take this or you?
You can take it because I need to draw. I can't really draw and read at the same time, unfortunately. I'm not that.
The Huldra is known to have played a part in Norse mythology, but she is likely of an even older origin, from when man lived off the forest rather than the fields. The Huldra was the guardian of the forest. She tended to the trees, plants, and animals. A single large tree in a grove surrounded by smaller trees was often considered to be the Huldra's home, or even the Huldra herself. In most stories, she presented herself as a beautiful young woman. This was however, not her real appearance. Very few saw the Huldra's true face, and even fewer lived to speak of it. She was often described as a lonely and woe-filled creature. Her relationship with humans was very complex. She could enthrall a man with her beautiful song and lure him deeper and deeper into the forest, where she either wedded or killed him. The men kissed by the Huldra became apathetic and slow. According to some accounts, the Huldra was a positive force. If a hunter was kind to the Huldra, she might blow her breath down the barrel of his rifle, which would bless his hunt. Colliers considered her their friend, as she kept the fires from spreading from their charcoal kiln.
So that's interesting. So she
He also
basically
helped.
offers a choice of either you marry her or you die.
Yeah, and sometimes she's if you're showing her proper respect, she might even help you out. As she kept the fires from spreading from their charcoal kiln. She also helped those who willingly offered their blood to her, but this was dangerous, as the Huldra might drink the giver dry. The Huldra was thus capable of doing both good and bad deeds. It was very hard to predict whether she would help or harm, since she played by rules known only to her. Very Fey.
Very fey. I always work by the rules. My rules. Oh, that old singing. Well, it's only one tone, but yeah. Oh no! You solved the puzzle!
And time for the part of the game I always have issues with.
You have issues with a part of this game?
Oh yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't expect that.
Nope. Yep. Oh, not there as well. Oh, definitely not.
God, it's very loud.
I can adjust it a
No,
bit.
it's fine. I adjusted it.
Okay. I couldn't even do it.
I fixed it. Don't worry about it.
Nope.
Oh, you look for hints?
Definitely not. Nope.
Okay. Floor.
Nope.
Okay. I have no clue what's happening, and also it's like because of the internet connection, I just see it like choppy every now and then.
Two left. To L. Nope. Nope. Yep.
Was that the exit?
3L. What?
I don't know. Could you explain to me, like, what's your logic? What are you doing?
I'm listening to the singing, and the one that sounds the clearest is the one I'm going for. Definitely not this one.
Okay.
Could be this one. Let's try it. Yep. Two left.
Okay.
Nah.
Makes sense.
Nope. Nope. Yep. That was 3L, I think.
I don't know. Maybe.
No.
So is that
There we
like
go.
if you get this wrong enough times, then you get chased down by something?
Nope.
Oh, hi.
The Huldra has taken her tribute.
Were we the tribute?
Yes. She drank our blood.
Are we dead now?
Nope. But we might wish we were. And it turned into water. Great. Time to visit
What do
the
you mean? What do you
Beckhorse.
mean we might wish we were dead? That doesn't sound good. That sounds ominous.
Time to visit the Brook Horse and the Millings.
Why would we go to something like that? What do you mean the brook horse? Is it a gambling place? It sounds like a gambling place.
Say hello to the brook horse.
Hi, hello, how are you doing? Oh, hello there,
I
mister.
offer, I offer you a key if you bring me these 4 millings. Red.
Okay, you have to get the milling.
Millingen. The milling. Some millings died at the hands of angel makers. The angel makers would typically be paid by the child's poor mother to find a decent home for the infant. When the mother left, the infant was murdered. Typically, the milling were murdered by their mothers, often unmarried women who had been left to fend for themselves. The milling would commonly be left in the woods to die, or they would have been drowned by their mothers in brooks or bogs. Some millings died at the hands of Angel Baker. Oh, maybe after this, when it's no longer broken.
Oh, you found one.
Yep,
It's hiding in your
let's do.
menu. What a silly little
Yep,
duper.
let's do the Bäckahästen, the brook horse. Sweden is a country that has a lot of lakes, rivers, streams, and brooks. And Swedish folklore is filled with strange creatures residing in the dark waters. The brook horse was a pale horse who lived in creeks or lakes, luring children to ride on its back. The brook horse's spine grew for every rider that it lured on top of its back. When the brook horse was satisfied, it leapt into the water, whereupon the children drowned. The brook horse had a lot in common with the Nix, a handsome young fiddler who lured young girls down into the waters, and according to some, they were one and the same. It is likely that the brook horse was made up to keep children from playing too close to the water. One of the more unusual descriptions come from a story told in the north of Dalarna. A young man is on his way home from his work at a charcoal kiln. He decides to wash up in a nearby creek. The man finds a strange stone, formed like a small child in the water. He picks it up. The man notices that he is not alone. He is being watched by a horse walking on 2 legs. The horse stretches out a human hand to the man, who gets frightened and runs home to a shack he shares with his fellow workers. He tells the tale to his comrades, who laugh at him, calling him a drunken fool. He shows them the stone that now looks quite ordinary. The man cursed and goes to bed. When the workers wake up the following morning, they find the man dead in his bed, his lungs filled with water, and the stone nowhere to be found. The brook horse was almost always closely associated with death. Not always in a negative way. For instance, in the sad folk tale Lille Nils, the brook horse is the one who finally leads little Nils' soul home, and thus ends his long series of misfortunes. Don't
Interesting.
think... No, that one is still fucked up. Did that one? UN.
Imagine how terrifying it must be that you just like a guy who's living in the same cabin just talks to you about like this crazy situation. Like, whoa, that's pretty crazy. and he just drowns to death while he's in the bed.
That's number 2.
Again, it's got to be some horrific stuff. Huh?
Yeah.
Hmm. So, yeah. Right now, I'm just because of time limitations and my drawing speed's not that fast. I'm currently drawing the girl, and I also put the the tr- lake wife, tree wife, the Hydra in here. So there we go. There's the hider and the girl.
Squirmy little murdered infant.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that seems pretty terrifying. I'd be pretty squirmy if that was my story too. Give me 1 second. Could you look at him really quick? Okay, right. Thank you. I just need to grab that.
Yeah, don't worry about it. If you want me to pause, just say so and I will.
No worries. Already we've got through a decent amount of the game already. I mean, the time.
Yeah.
Looking at the time we've been playing for already, what, like
30 minutes?
50 minutes?
Oh no, 30.
What's been 50? I'm looking at the
No,
clock.
16:39. It's for me. We started 16.
Listen, in another like 15 minutes, it'll be an hour since we started pre-stream.
Well,
Okay, I guess that's a
20.
pre-stream. You don't count that. You got all four. Congratulations. That guy is
And the river
terrifying.
turned to blood.
The lake turned to blood.
And the Night Raven stole it.
No, that's rightfully ours. What are you doing? Why are you turning lights into dark light?
Because we need this.
Also, I do like the fact that they made the.
It's a
I do like the fact that they made the horse
yeah.
a horse guy in a suit.
Yeah, now it's fixed.
That's an interesting choice that
In,
he did there.
yeah. Infanticide was fairly common crime in Sweden during the 19th century
Holy shit.
and earlier. The two most common motives were that there was no room for another mouth to feed, or that the child had been conceived outside of wedlock. The souls of these unfortunate children became the millings. Typically, the millings were murdered by the mothers, often unmarried women who had been left to fend for themselves. The milling would be commonly be left in the woods to die, or they would have
You
been
read
drowned by
this.
the yeah, I know, by the mothers in brooks or bogs. Some millings died at the hands of angel makers. The angel makers would typically be paid by the by the child's poor mother to find a decent home for the infant. When the mother left, the infant was murdered. The most common way for the Mealing to haunt was through a horrible wailing sound. The Mealing might take the form of ball of light similar to those of an Irblos, Scandinavian will of wisp, which is which I summoned there,
Hmm.
and lead the curious travelers astray. Sometimes they would cry for their mothers to breastfeed them, which would apparently set them free. One story from Bergslagen tells of an old farmer on his way home through the forest. He is approached by a small child who follows him and says, "Grandfather, grandfather, I'm so hungry." The old man tries to ignore it, but the child keeps on nagging. So finally, the old man loses his patience. "If you can't find someone to feed you, then feed, but you won't get any milk from me." The child seems pleased and leaves. When the old man comes home, he finds his daughter. Uh, daughter comes home, he finds his daughter lying dead on the floor, bleeding from her chest. The child he met was the spirit of his murdered grandson. A person who helps the Mealing find their way to the other side was often left with a gift, according to some sources. The Mealing would be taken in by other supernatural creatures such as hubs, or if it had been drowned, the brook horse. So, what do you think so far?
I think Sweden seems like a very dangerous place.
It is very cold. It is very cold,
Okay, so
dark,
I have drawn.
and winter here in Sweden is cold, dark, and deep.
I
It's
believe you.
very and back in the day, if you got lost, it was a death sentence.
It
Oh,
sounds terrifying.
there's the second one.
Now I think about it, was CD Projekt Red from Sweden or
No,
Finland?
Poland.
Poland.
No, Poland.
Yeah, okay, right.
Mealing.
Yeah, my brother says
Actually, I
Poland.
can.
I believe you.
Mealing. Pitchfork.
What?
The symbols on the symbol on the tree. I'm making a note of it for a puzzle coming up.
Oh, okay. I didn't even think that'd be important, but yeah, that makes sense.
Nope.
Yeah,
We're back where
by the
we
way, I
started.
could make this screen pure white, which would blind you, chat. But I've decided to try and make it a bit dimmer to like match the lighting of everything else. Hey, just Ninjabot says, just passing by since I won't be able to hear for a whole time. Just asking how's it going. Uh,
Yeah.
okay, right. So Ninjabot, everything's going pretty good. I don't know how much progress we're making, honestly, because apparently Colburn can just finish his game in 20 minutes if he needs it. Bomber
Yeah,
didn't show up,
that requires
and I don't think he
me
said he
to.
wasn't going to show, so I'm worried about what that means. But yeah, Ninjabot, hope you have a great night. Hope you have a great a Happy New Year. And again, Happy Merry Christmas. Oh ho ho. Oh, I don't want to change this. I really like this outfit. Or at least it's the pose and everything.
Is it over here? I know it's somewhere over here.
So what are you doing with this flame? Are you trying to take this flame to like the other black flame?
No, I'm looking for a cellar that we need to enter.
Interesting. Would the cellar be close to the
And
windmill that we just passed by?
no,
Okay.
not the river. Is it up here? Horse. Ah, here. No, no. Is it? I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to look at the fucking map, don't I?
Apparently you need to. I mean, you can keep trying without it, but you know. Don't forget, you're not just playing the game, you're also talking to me. Which
Ah.
is
There we go.
yeah. You're not just playing the game, you're also talking to me, which puts the negative debuff on you.
I knew it was somewhere over here.
Good job!
I just didn't go to the fucking left here.
So how many things you're supposed to encounter every single thing?
Okay, there we go. That's a leg of lamb for pitchfork.
So
And the
basically you
milling,
have to
which is
encounter
at
every
2.
single of one of those creatures, correct?
Yep.
Huh.
Crow's foot is 3.
Oh, I see. This is what the notes are for.
Yep.
They're hints for this section.
That could be the horse. Definitely not. Definitely not. Four for the Huldra. Raven's foot for 3. And then we need to find the pitchfork. No, the sigh. So I'm guessing that was the sigh. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Mm-hmm.
5, and let's find the there. Pitchfork is 2.
Sure, if you say so.
And then to the left, right.
God.
And the final puzzle piece.
This is a really, really creepy game.
Yeah.
Like I imagine if I was just playing this on my own, I would be kind of creeped out. I'd be freaked out by now.
Yeah.
The main
Look
reason
at
I'm
this.
mostly okay is because I got you here, and also I'm not
Yeah.
the one playing the game, which is really good. To be fair, even though
Yeah.
I'm the one playing the game, I still get scared, even if you know there are people around, because it takes very little to scare me. Luckily, I'm not the one
Yeah.
playing.
Look at this goofy raven.
Yeah. Wait, what? Huh? What? I can't draw that. That was too
You got the key.
fast. I
Okay,
see.
give me a hot second.
I see. We got the key now. That's wonderful.
Year walk night raven. Images.
Wait, are you trying to share this on Discord? Don't bother. I don't.
No, I'm getting you the I'm getting you the reference that you missed.
You don't need to. You can just focus on playing the game. That's fine.
Okay.
I can also just Google this.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Now to find.
This is creepy, especially this night raven. When you think about it, okay, the horse and all that stuff. It's like, yeah, it's one thing. It's a drowned horse and all that, and then for some reason they like altered it into like a more human person. And he's like having the suit. That's all cool, and interesting. That's fine. But when you think about
Hey,
this raven, what? Hello?
That was Bear.
It was Bear, but he's not in the call right now.
He left.
He showed up for like half a second. Dude, this night raven is interesting. Like it just popped, like this whole ass bird popped out of the other bird, but it doesn't even have legs or anything. It's just still carrying the old
Okay.
bird.
Left. Right. Left. Right. Right. Left. Right.
Okay.
Do you have any idea what that was for?
Who was left even? You did Huldra,
The,
you did the babies, you did Dredge, you did Night Raven. I don't know, show me the list of who's left.
the only one that's left is the
The,
Grim.
the what?
Speaking of the Grim.
The Grin, oh, the one for the church?
But
The,
before that, let's do the Night Raven.
So wait, 1 second. The yearwalk we know the yearwalk. So the Huldra we did, the Brook we did, the other thing we did, the Night Raven we did. So the only thing left is the church.
Yep.
Oh, cool. So we're almost done with the game?
Not really. There is a true ending that we are also getting.
Okay.
Carrion Nattravnen, the Night Raven. Carrion birds were deeply linked with misfortune and death in Scandinavian folklore. The Night Raven, or Nattravnen, was certainly no exception. The Night Raven was described as a large bird with a sharp beak, sometimes with holes in its wings. If a person gazed through those holes, he would become ill. Other stories are told of a giant skeleton bird that could never satisfy its hunger. Travelers foolish enough to be out at night risked being devoured by the terrible bird, especially at festival days such as Christmas or New Year's Eve. The night raven has also been described as an ordinary raven, but if it landed on a house, someone would die shortly with a terrible fever. Overall, the night raven was strongly associated with disease. When farmers sent their children out to collect wild birds' eggs, they had to be careful that they did not pick the eggs of the night raven. Those eggs were considered deadly, but if the child was unsure, he could knock on the egg 3 times and say, "Out with the evil spirit." If the egg belonged to the night raven, it would turn black. The night raven not only infested the eggs, it also possessed birds, preferably carrion birds. According to some sources, the night raven was a spirit of an evil, greedy man who had not been buried properly. The greed manifested itself in the night or even fondness for shiny objects. And finally, Kyrkogrimmen, the church grim. Of all the creatures in the Swedish folklore, the church grim was doubtlessly the most complex and certainly the most feared. Little is known of it, since it was considered bad luck to even speak about it. The church grim's appearance varied, which could possibly be attributed to the nature of the church grim's origin. When a church was built in medieval time, an animal was sometimes buried alive under the floors, most commonly goats, since these were comparatively cheap. There have also been stories of criminals being buried alive as punishments. In other versions, the criminal's heart was cut out and placed inside an animal carcass that was sacrificed.
Holy
The
shit.
heart was central in many of the myths surrounding the Grimm. Stories from the south of Sweden told that if you could touch the church Grimm's heart, you could stare into the eye of creation. The church Grimm guarded the church against thieves and grave robbers, but because of it, even honest folk avoided the church at night. Some stories say that if you were unlucky enough to be the last one to die during the year, you would serve the church Grimm the following year. There are other stories that suggest that the church Grimm was not a guardian at all, but rather a sort of parasite that was drawn to the energies of the church. While there, it fed on people's hopes, dreams, and fears. A recent and controversial theory suggests that the church Grimm was closely related to a nameless Bronze Age deity. And with that, that was all of them we have access to right now.
Okay.
All right.
I don't like that you said right now.
First off,
We
let's
made
do
good
them
progress
in
in an
order.
hour. I can't wait to see what we do in another hour.
The Huldra D4. The Brook Horse 5. No? God damn it. Down one. Let's hope Mealing 2.
I wonder what happened to Bomber.
Yeah, I don't know. 3. Nope. Okay. Can I? Nope. There we go.
Uh-oh. The church Grimm's coming out? No, wait, what? You had to do all this to get access to the church?
Yep. And now for the puzzle with the rune stones. Left. Right. Left.
Oh my god, this is really cool. They're like really twisting
Right.
it around and all that stuff.
Right. Left.
Wow.
Right.
Oh, you did! You opened the church!
It's
Oh, it's him! He's the guy from the cover!
touch the heart.
Oh my god. What a pervert.
It's too late now.
God, where do I put this, man? Is that a D20?
Nope. The brook was. It can't be changed.
I'm just trying to figure out where on earth do I put this, the Grim,
3,
my grand scheme of things.
5, and 6. The Millingen. The decision has already been made. One, 2,
The music's amazing.
4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. The Night Raven. You must stop coming here.
Okay, hold on. We must stop coming here. Does that mean that we've been here more than once?
No, it will make sense soon enough. The church grim.
What is this? Why does this feel like something from Assassin's Creed?
I don't love you anymore.
Wait, is that it? That's what you came here for? You came here to read the future just to get rejected.
Welcome to summer.
Oh, are we going to see a wedding? What's her? She's lying down. She's bleeding. Oh, she's dead.
Oh, the joy, I can see the light. Oh, the joy, I can see the light.
And imagine how this guy must feel. He went through all of that hell just to know that. Huh?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the joy, I will see my love. Oh, the joy, I will see.
Technically, we have completed the game, but we're still missing the true ending.
Sure.
After all, if you can see the future, you can change it.
You know, I guess that is true.
Hopefully we can get through it.
I believe in you!
Because there's a lot of reading coming up now.
Oh, well, I don't believe in the reading too much. The reading sounds like it might take a long time. Are we not going to skip any of the reading?
We have an hour. Written it all down.
We're not going to skip the reading?
Everything that happened. It can be changed. Deliver the message. The journal. The secret is hidden. North of the mill, south of the brook. Remember, a secret. North of the mill, south of the brook. Walk again.
It's a really well-made thing, though.
Yep. Okay. Let's see here.
Is it the same?
Map.
Is it the same thing?
Theo Alm 68. South of that would be oh there. 1894. Journal. Theo Alm 98. 1897. Nope. Map. Theo Alm 68 and 1894. Oops, wrong one. 68 and 1864. Signing. No.
68 and 1894. Was this? Is this supposed to be a year or something, or just some codes on the map?
Okay, I need to write it down. Theo Alm 68.
68.
68. And password was 1894.
1894, yes.
1894.
68, 1894.
Okay. Now just to make sure I spelled it right. Theo Alm 68. Yeah, that should be it. And there's nothing over here. Theo Alm 68, 1894. There we go. As I said, there is a lot.
We're not
But-
reading all of this.
But there is a lot of images. Hello, new system. August 6th, testing photo upload. It works. Should probably write here more often. Reading about every book on Swedish folklore there is. Surprised how little has been written about yearwalking. Need more sources of information. Talk to ES. He suggested some field work. Might be good, but I feel that I might be 30 years too late. Been talking to the elderly folks, eating cookies and drinking coffee. Their knowledge about yearwalking has been limited, to say the least. Barely any one of them knew what it was. If they did, they had heard stories as children, but forgotten the details. Think ES sent me on a wild goose chase. Interviewers at the retirement home. May I never grow old. The last interview was intriguing, if very brief. Talked to one Astrid Jansson. she was over 100 years old, clear at times, did not know a lot about folklore, but she did claim that her grandfather's brother had once year walked. Sadly, she did not know his name. He had died many years before she was born. Might have to look into it. Her maiden name was Svensson, which leaves me with a lot of possibilities. She was born in Vedtorp, and I can only hope that her grandfather was as well. More interviews, nothing worth mentioning. Professor Asp called today. He hinted that the faculty wanted to take part in my research. Followed up my visit to the retirement home in the early 20th century. There were 6 households in Vedtorp with the surname Svensson, according to the church book. Astrid was born in 1913. Her grandfather was named Carl Fredrik. He had 2 brothers. One died in 1942. The other brother, Daniel Svensson, died in 1895. Since Astrid said that her great uncle died before she was born, Daniel is the one that supposedly yearwalk. A miller's apprentice. Hint, hint.
That's us.
Going to the library
Are
to
we?
check out old newspapers tomorrow.
Are we the Miller's Apprentice?
Yep. Looking there. The girl we saw at the beginning was the miller's daughter.
Oh, interesting
Looked for
choices.
reference. Yeah, looked for references of
So wait, is
Daniel
Daniel
Svensson.
reading this?
Yep.
So Daniel from the Miller's Apprentice is year walking and he's reading this notes from the future.
Yep. It makes sense in the end. In old newspapers, I'm looking for references of Daniel Svensson in old newspapers and grasping at straws. Another day at the library, nothing of interest.
So I guess at
Bored.
least we know that
I'm
in the
a book.
newspaper we year walked, so that means, we probably made it back
Yeah.
alive.
Yep. I'm about to give up. Excited, the newspaper finally mentioned Daniel Svensson. He was apparently arrested for the murder of a young woman in Vedtorp. Vedtorp den 21. En ung man har arresterats för mordet på Mjölnardottern Stina Nilsson. Länsmannen Kjell och färdingsmannen Persson hade mottagit råd om att söka en Mjölnarslärling vid namn Daniel Svensson. När de sedermera besökte Daniel i hans bostad så fann de honom sittande i
Did you
blodiga
read the
kläder.
Swedish?
Japp. Hjelm grep Daniel på plats och anordnade rask transport till Kristianstads fängelse, där stämningen på orten kan beskrivas som mycket hätsk. Information is scarce. Her name was Stina Nilsson and she was a miller's daughter.
Wait, we murdered her?
Yep.
Okay, so this is before we change the future. This is the...
Yep. Her body was found on a field outside of the village. She had been stabbed multiple times. The library should be open longer. Hope I can find any references to this supposed year walk. Oh god damn it. No, there's too much fucking cut up from this one.
Don't bother trying to read it, that's fine.
Plus, it's relatively old Swedish. The motive behind the murder seems to have been jealousy. Not many details. Apparently Stina was going to marry Lucas Tapper. She was on her way home from Lucas' parents when she was intercepted by Daniel. She was found the following morning, just 17 years old. I feel a tad guilty about my excitement yesterday. After all, there's a great tragedy behind all this. September 13th. The press seemed to have lost interest in the case after a while. Found nothing today. Maybe ES can tell me something. Had a long talk on the phone with ES. The murder case was unknown to him. He had, however, spent a lot of time in Vietnam during the 60s when he studied folklore in this area. There had been a rather peculiar runestone that seemed to predate the Viking Age. ES claimed that there was a definite connection between symbols on the stone and year walking. He could not tell how. Want to check it out. Went to the library again, in case I missed something about Daniel. Indeed I had. Found another article. Feeling upset and a little bit sad, I borrowed the article just in case. Perhaps there is more to learn about Daniel. Booked a hotel room in Vietop. Arrived in Vietop. It's a small place, one street cuts through the village. It is a rather depressing place, to be fair, though weather would not do any place justice. The hotel is empty, besides me and a group of dog toy manufacturers who are a bit on the noisy side. Must ask chef for the veal recipe. Got a map from the hotel owner. Excited about the archives. Have the feeling that I will find something major.
Did he
Just
read it
got back
out?
from the
He said he
what?
borrowed that article. Did he read it?
Yeah, I'm guessing so. Just got back from the archive, an interesting place. Sadly, it's only open 4 hours a day. It's understandable, since I was the only visitor. Possibly found the file I needed tomorrow. Reading, and lots of it. I knew it! The archive had exceeded my wildest dreams. On New Year's Eve, year 1893, Daniel Svensson did indeed yearwalk. The court records refer to his yearwalk at several occasions. I have just started to scratch the surface. There must be belief hidden among these papers that have been forgotten for ages. Amazing. This is by far the latest recorded yearwalk. Could not sleep last night. Too excited by the files. Much of the records are of a legal nature, but there are relevant passages. Daniel claimed he knew that he would murder Stina after seeing it in a vision on his year walk. Sadly, the scribe has not bothered to take it all down, occasionally just referring to it as ramblings of a madman. Poor boy. There are certain elements that are new to me. Must write them down in detail later on. Need fresh air. Daniel's cabin, Solsorten, is briefly mentioned in the protocol. We'll ask about it. Hope it still exists.
Oh my god, there's so much reading.
Do you recognize this?
Maybe?
We did see it in passing. A box with a Grimm's head.
Maybe.
Drove around for hours in the forest today. These are woods to get lost in. Asked for direction from every local. Most people never heard of the cabin. Was about to give up when I met an old man. His aunt had lived there till the 60s. From then it had 3 different owners that used it as a summer house until the mid 80s. The last family that owned the cabin only stayed there one summer. Their 5-year-old son drowned in a brook nearby, and after that they never returned. Nobody has lived there since. The old man's nephew owned the land. I asked the old man if I could pay it a visit. He did not think there could be anyone that would mind. The cabin is situated deep in the forest. No signs, no roads, just a narrow path. This was the place where he started his year walk over 100 years ago. Felt overwhelmed by the thought. Could not enter. It's a lonely place. The only other building I could find in the area was an underground storehouse. Guess it might have belonged to the cabin. It was too dark to see anything, but I can't imagine there would be anything of significance in there. On my way back to the car, I found this strange box. What an odd thing to leave in the middle of the forest. Seems to be in more or less mint condition. Could not resist taking it. Tonight I need whiskey, and lots of it. Went to Vidtorp Church today. It's a small white stone church built in the 12th century. The place where the church stands has been used for worship even earlier than that, according to the priest I met. He showed me around the premises. Put a bouquet of flowers on Stina's grave. Seemed appropriate. The almost unlikely somber epitaph reads, "In memory of our loving daughter, Stina Nilsson, 1877 to 1894. Her cries for mercy could not sway his hand." Depressing. Search for Daniel's grave, but there was no stone, and according to priests, there probably never was. The gravestone E.S. told me about are gone. The priest is not sure where they are or when they disappeared. Weather has been unreasonably bad. Spent the day at the county archive. Had trouble concentrating. Tried to locate a photograph of Daniel Svensson, but no luck. The clerk explained that a lot of stuff was lost when the files were moved from the regional archive back in 1976. Apparently, there was another murder case in Vidtorp in the early 1890s. Lisa Rasmussen drowned 4 infants in a creek. She was an angel maker who received foster children from poor, unmarried mothers. Lisa promised to find the babies a good home in exchange for a hefty sum of money. This was all a charade. As soon as the mothers had paid what little they owned, she drowned their children in a nearby creeks. All files for that trial have been lost. Outrageous. Think I'm done with archive. Been thinking a lot about that church. The rune stones E.S. talked about is not marked on Emma. Talked to the man at the service station. He drew me a rather primitive map. Searched for the stone for a long time. Almost gave up. Found it at last. Felt compelled to touch it. Had the strangest sensation of looking beyond. Beyond what? The feeling lasted for quite some time. Heading home tomorrow. Wish I had more time. This stone is old. Might predate Christianity, but I failed to see how it is connected to year walking. Could not resist stopping by the church on my way home. Walked around it for a bit. It's a pretty church, not remarkable, but there is something about it. Feel that the church and the stone are connected somehow. Found the box when I unpacked. Had almost forgotten about it. It seems to have some lock-like construction, but I have yet to understand exactly what it is or how to open it. It reminds me of one of those puzzle boxes. The wheel with the symbol suggests it's opened by entering a password. It must be old. Maybe ES knows something about it. Decided not to tell ES about the box. He might not appreciate that I took it with me. Always nagging me about ethics. Busy week, classes and meetings. The faculty is really getting in the way of my research. Feeling a bit strange. I've had weird dreams ever since I came back from Vidtorp. Odd dreams. Let's party, Theo. Call Asp. Call Ebbe. Prepare lecture. Swedish. That is some weird ass drawings.
Does he have a why why is there a bird in In a bra and briefs?
No fucking clue.
Okay.
Dreamt that I was in a vast wasteland. I was searching for the keys to my locker together with Jenny from high school. We laughed and dug in the sand. Suddenly, the sky lit up, and Jenny pointed to a simple constellation of stars. She whispered in my ear to never forget it. Triangle. Down. Read an account of a year walk by a man called Romedal in an old book. I came over in a used bookstore. Romedal's story is a little more than a tall tale told by a drunken oaf. Most of them seem to be. Daniel sticks out. It haunts me. Held a lecture on year walking. Several faculty members attended it. They ridiculed me in front of the students. Another strange dream. Was doing my homework. Was stressed because of the oil lamp was running out of oil. And when it did, the pale horse outside the window would come inside. The lamp burned out and everything went black. Woke up soaked in sweat.
Oh, look at that horse.
Yep. Must remember to buy groceries. Fiddle with the box. I have no clue to how to open it. Frustrating. What jealous, small-minded, greedy creatures the faculty members are. And they will undoubtedly create small-minded, jealous, and greedy students. Don't feel the need to share any of my research with the faculty anymore. They don't deserve to read something that my hand has written. They would not understand anyways. The thought of what is inside that box is like an itch that can't be scratched. I've searched for references to anything about it, but haven't found nothing. Having more strange dreams. Something happened in those woods. Is here walking a mere vision quest? Are the visions brought on by lack of light and food? Yes, believe so. Not so sure. Dreamt of the runestone. Was in the forest in Vietop. Miss Bowman was walking up to me. I was very afraid. She said that I had been a bad boy and broken the rules. Before I could defend myself and tell her that I did not mean to be naughty, she withered into dust. Found myself in front of the runestones. The Grimm's eye glowed at me. Woke up. Find myself thinking of the stone. What does it mean and how is it connected to year walking? What did people do in those woods? Do not feel like sleeping today, drinking coffee and watching TV. If I stayed awake, those dreams will stay away. Could not understand much of my students' presentation today. Must sleep. Someone is watching me all the time. Got an email reminder to deliver the text for the game. Wrote 7 or 8 pages. Hopefully it's enough. Waiting. Don't know for what. Have a feeling that something is on its way. Got over 1,000 of these during last night. The email seems to have stopped when my inbox was full. Don't know what it could mean. Maybe it's a prank by my students, but they seem too unimaginative to come up with something like this. Don't think it ends here. Is this some kind of threat? Called the priest, told him of my plight. He said that Vitop sometimes had a strange effect on people, but it rarely lasted. Do not think he understands. I was going to ask him about the box, but decided to hang up when he suggested I should see someone. Woke up in last night. Heard baby screams from beneath the floorboards. Panicked, managed to pry up some of the floorboards. The screaming stopped. The Watchers, the Night Raven, the Huldra, the Brook Horse, and the Church Grim. There might be others, cannot be sure. Can they disguise themselves? Maybe they can read my mind. The Watchers, because they watch, that's what they do. But is it all they do? Yearwalk equals system error. Yearwalking works, but it was never meant to. It's against the rules. The universe blinked its eyes, and someone crossed all the barriers that are known as time and space. The Watchers are watching, but who are watching the Watchers? How can you bend time and space?
Oh wait, is that a hint for us?
Nope.
No.
Got in a heated argument with ES. He's surprisingly scornful of my theories. Must remember that he is an old man and he might not be as open to new ideas any longer. He claims that it is impossible to gaze into the future. The future is not set. Nothing happens until it happens. Of course, it's impossible to look into the future according to logic, but I'm not so sure we are playing according to our rules. The Watchers are more than they appear, and less. They are real, yet they are unreal. They do not exist in manners that this table and this chair exists. Swear. How do I know these things? Are they my thoughts? Am I writing this? Certainly, I did not draw this, but yet it's right there in my notebook. Watchers or antibodies. Daniel broke the rules and he was punished. Held another lecture, the last one for a while it seems. It's been decided that I need a break. But it matters not. I have more important things to do. I've been an idiot. Someone is playing with me. These shapes, it's the same as on the box. Did someone see me take it? Try the symbols I received, but the box remains shut. There must be more coming. Woke up last night, telephone rang, answered, could not hear anyone, hung up, it rang again, answered. Could hear someone speak on the other side, could not make out what was being said. The voice was too far away, hung up, it kept ringing, cut the cord. Brought whiskey, brought food, people stare. Don't want to go out there again. Too many know who I am. If you break the rules, there will be consequences. Wish I had not cut the cord to my phone. Need to hear a human voice. Don't dare to go out.
Wait, he cut the cord instead of just unplugging it?
He has kinda gone insane.
He has gone insane.
At first I didn't even notice. One of the paintings in my living room has been replaced. It must have happened during the 30 minutes I slept. Cannot let my guard down. Someone was here. Was something. Will the antibodies come for me? Am I a virus in the eyes of the universe? November 30th. Boarded up the balcony and all the window. Nothing can come in now, I hope. Shouldn't be possible, but someone was here again. Definitely being threatened. There was a knife on my kitchen table. I realized that the knife is his. We are connected. The church is central to this, yet it is not. Perhaps the church itself is not important, but rather the energy of the place. Perhaps the gate is always there, but it's not a gate. Gates are meant to be open or closed. This is a rift in the fabric of the very existence of everything. But why allow it? Why does the universe or God or someone not shut the gate? If we're not meant to do it, well, let us. I can hear the heart of the universe beating. What is happening? Feel like a worm under a big boot. I feel the shadow hanging over me, waiting to get crushed. She sings and I shall follow. She's trying to fool me, that I know, but I must get closer to her because I get closer to the key that leads to the heart of it all. I didn't steal the box because it begged me to take it with me. Daniel survived all the Watchers sent by the universe. He was lured by the temptress, brought the innocent to the pale horse, unearthed the parasite, and finally faced the master of them all. But yet he was destroyed. Could it have gone any other way? Was he doomed from the start? Am I doomed? Is the future set? Or can it be altered? Must help him. It's the right thing to do. There is a bond between us. Might have figured it out. 5 watches, 5 symbols, which means there is one more coming. So tired, can't hold my thoughts for any period of time. Should probably eat more often, but I must resist. It's important that I come prepared. The heart beats stronger, but I will break it and see beyond everything. In the end, it was nature of man that got Daniel. Must free myself of all desires. That's how they get to you. Can love really be a weakness, or is it a strength? And the poor girl, it just seems so unfair. Is there anything I can do? If the future can be altered, why not the past? Am I playing a part of the fool in the cosmic play? If so, to what purpose? Disconnected the microwave oven just in case. Feeling about absolute terror at the possibility there is no hope, no purpose, no rhyme, no reason to any of it. Why me? The only way I can help him is if I break the rules. It will come at a price. But what do I care if I can rise above it all? Saw her lifeless body. Is beautiful even in death. Have been crying ever since. It all seems so needless, so cruel. Ready for anything, don't care anymore. Bowl. It's finally here, the last one. Woke up with this in my palm. Try to wash it out. It's a tattoo. Tested them in all different kind of combination. I could not figure out how to do it. I'm asleep. I will open that box tomorrow. Of course, so simple. Rotate the wheel and release when symbols align with the grim in the order they were delivered to me. But why was it empty? I thought it was Daniel all along. I thought he was here, but it cannot have be he who sent me the password. It doesn't make sense. If the box was empty, maybe it must be filled. I still do not understand who sent the symbols. If it was not the boy, then it must have been with the watches. But why? Are they toying with us? Helping us in some perverse, twisted way? From the get-go, he was doomed. They got him at the very thought of here walking. But I think the girl can be saved. I put everything he needs in the box and locked it. I will leave it where I found it, where all of this started. If my mind is set on this, does it mean that I am doomed too? The rift is open. It wants me to go through. Pack my things. I wonder if I will come back. Soul Sultan, it's cold here. Wish I could light the fire. But I must do it right. Surprised how calm I feel. Only hours remains. It's midnight.
Oh. So he put all the. So now we have to access the box.
Yep.
And the box will have what we need to. Oh my god.
Change fate.
What is this? Is some really weird storytelling.
And we're back to the start.
So we're not predicting the future anymore. We're changing the
Here
past.
it was here from the very start.
Yeah.
Triangle down. A D. A square. Triangle. And finally, a bowl. What? That should have been it. Okay, let's try that again. Triangle down. A D. Where? Triangle. Abode. Vietop murderer executed. Kristianstad, January 21st. Yesterday morning, Vietop killer Daniel Svensson was executed at Kristianstad prison. He was found guilty for the heinous murder of young Stina Nilsson last year. The death sentence had been criticized by the highly renowned Dr. Helmer Lundbeck, who stated that Daniel is suffering from an abnormal psyche. He seems to have problems discerning past from present and have visions of terrible creatures. Something not uncommon among schizophrenics. Daniel cannot be held accountable for his actions and should be given treatment at the Institute for the Criminally Insane. The execution was performed by Gustav Dahlberg. This was his fourth execution. Last year he was to perform the execution of the notorious Lisa Rasmussen, who was charged with the murder of 4 infants in Vietnam, but who took her own life before the sentence could be carried out. Security had been improved greatly since. Daniel Svensson was composed during the whole process, besides the slight shaking hand so common among the criminal type. We could not tell Daniel from any other young man. He sobbed loudly once when he laid his head down low, but quickly regained his composure. A quick prayer and a swift, powerful stroke, and it was over. According to the attending priest Granath, Daniel's last words were, "I should have killed myself. Then none of this would have happened." You are long dead when I write this, and I have not yet been born. Yet we have a connection beyond life, death, space, and time. The impossible made possible by a year walking, but the Watchers always win. Even though you have not passed through the rift yet, they sense the urge and they want their sacrifice. I wish there could be another way, I'm sorry, but for her, there is still hope. You can save her. You know what you must do.
So he has to kill himself.
So, what, 50 minutes left. What do you think?
Wait, it's over?
Yep.
Oh, so we don't get to see the ending.
She's safe. He died. And who the fuck knows what happened to what his name was.
The professor.
Yeah.
Well, that is unfortunate.
Yeah. So what did you think?
I think that was pretty horrifying. And,
Yeah,
and it is pretty sad that that's the ending.
Well, he was doomed from the start, but she could still be saved.
Yeah, well, it was a beautiful story at least. It was so weird though, like a lot of text, and I was just like, "What's going on? How much text is there? So many logs." And it's just as it went on, I'm like, "Oh, it's actually pretty interesting." So it's an active story. Because I thought at first like, oh, it's just like notes or something of like the professor or whatnot. who they hired to like write the game or whatnot, and I'm like, oh, okay, so there's like a huge like an immersive thing almost. Now I'm kind of
Yep.
wondering if Daniel was like an actual person, and if like any of those news articles were real or if they're all fake.
Uh, I have no clue, gonna be honest.
I'm sure there's some way to find out.
Probably.
God, but yeah, that was great. We
Yeah.
finished a little early, which is surprising considering how much reading that was at the end.
Yeah, I kinda sped through it.
Yeah, I was sitting there thinking, God, it's gonna take forever, isn't it? I'm surprised it didn't.
Yeah.
I have drawn the four, by the way.
Yeah, I see her.
Yeah, I decided to draw her first, and
Makes sense.
to be fair, I'm glad I did. Originally, I was thinking I might skip her because she's not important because I didn't know how much time would be. I didn't know how much I'd be able to draw, but I managed to draw her and all of the four, plus one of the bubbies.
Yeah.
Okay, great. You know what? I think maybe we should call this now. End the stream early when we have a chance.
Yeah.
It's been great. There's been a fun time, a fun stream, and now we're done with all of this. We should take this opportunity to leave.
And to thank our sponsors.
To thank our sponsors. You. We don't have any. Anyway,
Yeah.
it's been a fun stream. Anyone who's been here, thank you so much for being here. Happy New Year. Because over here it's the 29th. Actually, it's 29th everywhere almost.
Yeah.
Ooh. I.
Well, it's guaranteed to be 29th already.
Yeah. Is it 29th everywhere? Because,
Yeah.
yeah. Time zones. Time zones are weird, but they work that way. I'm just so speechless. Actually, if I want to talk about the story, actually. So the guy decides that he's going to year walk. But the
Yep.
moment he decides he's going to year walk, things are kind of doomed from the start. Because the Watchers always get their way and they're going to fill them with all the visions and horrible, horrible stuff and things are going to happen. But when you think about it, right? Doesn't that mean that should be like if year walking was just a thing which people do, shouldn't they know that it'll lead to bad stuff?
No, because some people might still fail the year walk. There is a very specific series of events you need to do to be able to year walk properly.
Yeah, but didn't Daniel do it?
Yeah, and it and he had to deal with four freaking cryptids.
Yeah, Daniel did the yearbook properly, but he still ended up with a horrible, like with only death as the option. And the one thing
Yep,
he could do to prevent the woman he loved from dying is to kill himself.
yep,
It's like, then what was the point of all of this? If he never yearbooked in the first place, it would have been better.
yeah. He was warned that he shouldn't year walk, but he still did because he had to know.
It's like, I have to know the future now. I can't wait until the future happens. It'll be too late by then.
Yep, he had to know the future, so he doomed himself. But he could at
After
least
all,
save the
those
one he
who know the
loved.
future are doomed to commit to it.
Yep,
Isn't it that thing that's what they say like when you can actually see when you in a lot of stories when you actually see the future, it becomes hard set as the future. Isn't that like in My Hero Academy? There's that one guy who could see the future, but he never used that power because, according to him, once the
sorry.
future's seen, that becomes hard set as the future and can't be changed.
Not seen that. But yeah, the basic idea and a lot of mythology is if you know what's gonna happen, you're doomed to either walk straight into it by choice or on the road to avoid it.
Yeah, isn't that what they say? You meet your demons on the paths you take to avoid them.
Yep. See every single prophecy in ancient Greece.
See every classic story where it's like the evil guy hears there will be a child from this village who will rise against you, and if they actually make the prophecy like true because they go ahead and they're like, I'll burn the village down then. Or see the Fire Nation, right? In the
Yep.
Avatar Last Airbender. It is interesting. But that has been like a thing constantly. I remember I noticed like you know about the Curse of Strahd, right?
Yep.
Okay, so in the Curse of Strahd, if you go to the fortune teller and you get a certain card, a fortune told that if you go to the roof of Strahd's castle, you will find Strahd there. So that's a fortune that you can get. Okay? But the thing
Yeah.
is, once you get that fortune, if you're fighting Strahd and he runs away, you can just run to the roof and that fortune comes true. Which means Strahd will be there.
Yep.
I like that idea.
Yeah. So what did you think of the cryptids?
Kind of creepy.
Yeah. It wasn't. It was. It.
It wasn't like a horror game. It's more of a off-putting game.
Yeah. It was an atmospheric horror game.
Yeah. And you know what? With that, I think this is where we should actually end the stream.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here, and goodbye.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year!
And here comes the
Andrew, you
goddamn
pop
cat.
in literally just as I'm about to click the end stream button.
And he left.
Goodbye. Thanks for being here.
Yep.